Hello, everybody. Welcome to the August 15th, 2022 version of MELLONfights. I'm Drew,
I'm Tara.
and this is a sports and entertainment podcast. So much sports, so much entertainment that it's going to blow your buttholes open.
Oh, God.
Could that be our catchphrase, Tara?
Sure. I
Could
don't
that be
mind it.
like put that like boom right on a T? Where so much sports, so much entertainment, we're going to blow your buttholes open.
Yeah. We're going to make your butthole loose.
Whoa, that's no.
Okay.
That seems like we're gonna work it.
Oh,
Ours
no.
is just like instead of being mind blowing, it's like it's gonna be so
Butthole
shocking
blowing.
that your butthole's gonna blow. We're not
Okay.
gonna loosen it. We're not gonna loosen anything up. That seems like we're gonna get up in there.
No.
Ours is more like an uncontrollable. Like what I'm saying is almost like an uncontrollable, like body function. Like we got so much sports and entertainment. You're gonna blow up the toilet.
Oh, God.
Like if you're listening while you poop. Basically, if you're listening while you poop, we're gonna help that out.
We're like human, like Metamucil.
Is Metamucil?
Human
Metamucil, I think. Is that what that Metamucil is? Miralax?
Yeah, Metamucil helps you poop.
Does it?
Miralax, we're the human fiber. We're the fiber of the podcast world, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna loosen up that stool. So yeah, I guess we're gonna make you loose butthole up. Start out strong, tea bags.
Yeah.
If this is anyone's first episode, this is what to expect.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Cool. Let us begin. I guess we have begun. We usually are going. Do you have any place you would like to start this week? We started with the movie last week, so let's not do that again. We'll start with a little quick sports rundown from the last week or so. We're almost a week behind on it, but Hard Knocks did start. I don't think you've seen it yet.
No, because we don't have HBO Max anymore.
Yeah, which is Mom and Dad are getting it anyway. I don't know why they haven't just done it already. I'm like, what are they waiting for?
Yeah,
like, it's like
because I thought that was the plan.
Yeah, get it.
Hey, Dad, you're listening. We got to watch this Hard Knocks.
Get it. You're not paying for any other streaming sites right now except for Netflix. So,
right.
Get Hard Knocks. It's good. So it's gonna be hard to talk about. I watched it last night finally.
How?
It's really because it doesn't matter. I watched it.
Okay.
It's been watched. It's been watched. It's good. I will say I really enjoyed it. I think it's the most I've enjoyed a Hard Knocks in a long time. Like the characters of it are interesting and the team's interesting, and it's such a bad historic team that just to see them acting like they're going to be good, because I doubt they will be, but like they're trying. They are trying. Mm-hmm. Like they're like the coach Dan Campbell's a really interesting cat, really fiery, seems to care. Will they ever be? They're like their whole thing was like, we got all these former players as coaches, so they know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, but like, what are you talking about? Like, that doesn't always add. That almost rarely adds up to winning. Like former players as coaches, it gets like the players pumped, but I don't know that it works quite right always. Like notorious great coaches aren't like these former pro NFL players. Like, what are we talking about?
Right.
You know, some of them are. You know, and some they all played football at some point, but. Deuce Staley, Tara?
Was he like a running back?
He was a running back. He was originally Eagle and then was a Steeler at one point. He's good. But just because he's a good running back in the NFL doesn't mean he's a coach that's going to get you there. Because one of the last things they showed is he was like telling guys like if they fart basically he was telling them if they fart in the running back room they're going to get fined. I'm like that's not a good
Oh my God.
I'm like, that's like weird micromanaging dumb shit. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, just don't bring up dumb shit like that.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, you would never survive in that room.
No. Like, yeah, farts
That
are.
is weird.
It's a fucking bull. It's to like even comment on like an actual body function. I hate when you guys. Sometimes I fart on purpose and as well, but the amount of complaints I get from you guys is like, get over yourselves. I fart. It's clear I have gas. I'm a gassy person. I fart. It's not
Yeah.
going anywhere. Get over it.
They're just so damn loud.
I mean, they're funny. They're funny.
I will say you're not that like every once in a while they're real smelly and I get extra pissed, but in general it's just kind of a loud
sound. Yeah.
interruption.
Yeah, when they're smelly, they're awful. No doubt. No doubt.
And you usually apologize.
I usually do. When then sometimes I celebrate them. Sometimes they need to be celebrated. When I'm doing a bit with my fart,
You
when it's a fart
celebrate
bit,
them often.
well, I do a lot of fart bits.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm like, well, I'm gonna fart anyway. I might as well like entertain some people.
Sure.
Anyway, I feel like I didn't let you talk about Hard Knocks at all, but you didn't see any of it, so I guess there's not a ton you can say. Do you have any questions about Hard Knocks? Maybe that like most people listening to this probably haven't seen Hard Knocks yet. So do you got any questions I can answer for all of you?
Is Dan Campbell just as wild as his first interview where he said they're gonna bite people's knees and stuff?
I mean, here's the thing. All that stuff these guys say, it's like that to me is why they're not going to be successful, because it's so stupid. It's almost like this is going to be what's the word I'm looking for? Help me
Motivating?
out. Motivating. I'm like, why? How's that motivating? Like, guess what? Bill Belichick ain't saying dumb shit like that ever. Like, it's not motivating. It's like, and then there's a player later. The answer to your question is he is that wild at all times. Here's something I did like. He did a bunch of up downs with the dudes. Like they had to do like 50 up downs or something like that. And he did it with the team, and it was impressive. But all it proved is that he's an old man that's still in shape. It didn't prove that he's a good coach. That was my whole thing. Like maybe these guys will go to war for him, but if they're not that talented, and he's not a great. He probably, to me, would be better off as like an assistant coach. I don't know that his head coaching style is going to work.
Well, I'll watch it and I'll have my opinions because they probably might differ.
But then there's like I don't know that it will. I think you'll get what I'm saying. Like, you know, when you think of the great coaches of all time, they're not a bunch of dudes that are out there running around with their teammates. This is a good, like, I can't think of any coaches like that, Tara, that are like winners, where they're like, oh, I play with the team, get down there and play with the team. It's not; those aren't guys that win. You know, it's guys that get on their players, and like it feels like a really like I don't know. It looks like they're probably having a lot of fun, but they're not.
Yeah.
Once they start not winning in the season, they're not going to be having a lot of fun anymore. So that's the time. If it works, say they're a little successful.
I hope it works.
I would like it to work too, because I actually think that should be a way like things go. Their team just isn't very good is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like hard to tell. Like if they had a really talented team, maybe, but I don't know that they have any talent. You know.
Yeah.
You know they got rid of a bunch of the receivers. Jared Goff's their quarterback. He's not very good. They got a pretty nice running back. They got okay defensive players, but the chances of them being good stinks. So, consistency. A guy like that. The thing like that is a guy. It could work if they let it play out. But if it doesn't work right away, and they're like, well, he's not taking it serious anyway, so let's get him the fuck out of here. Right. If they let that culture grow with talent, different story. The thing is, they let a guy like that can that's pretty serious. They'll give him a longer shot, the longer leash to like figure it out, because it's not. So I think that might be the issue. Like I think you can have fun and win. Maybe that's what I'm saying is right. It's not going to win right away,
right? Because they just don't have the talent there,
right? So it's going to look stupid. But sure. I think if that was the culture he created for like a decade, I think it would start to win.
I think so. And then you have the opposite with like Bill Belichick, who's just like, I can't believe he hasn't named like a offensive coordinator for a second year quarterback who is questionable, and he didn't bring one in, and now he has like Matt Patricia, who was the defensive coordinator when he was with the team like years ago, and his team didn't do very well when he was the Lions coach. So I don't know what Bill's doing. Is he trying to prove a point, or I don't
No,
I don't
I
get
don't think
it.
I just don't think he wants to bring in someone and deal with it. I think he just he's getting old.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of the guy there. He doesn't he's like, I don't want to deal with some new dude. My guy
Right.
left. My guy just left again. Like Josh McDaniels was there before. Now he left again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he left. He's just like, I don't feel like replacing him. They were solid last year. You know, they won a lot of games, and I think they'll win a lot of games this year. I just do, just because their schemes will be good.
Yeah.
You know, they're not going to be great. They're probably not going to, you know, they might get to the playoffs. They probably won't win a playoff game.
Mm-mm.
Maybe they will. It's hard to say. So I think it is weird not to have an O coordinator, but
Yeah.
Matt Patricia's not the guy. But if basically he's just going to call what Bill wants, so
Right. It's almost like he is going to be like this middleman.
right. It's just like I don't have
That.
to figure out what play to call next, and I'll veto it if I don't like it, probably sort of
Right.
thing. But
Yeah.
there
It's interesting.
he's gonna make the game plan.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, Hard Knocks guy. If you've never seen Hard Knocks, I know I think I said this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's like the best. If you
It's
don't
so fun.
listen, if you're not a football fan and you watch Hard Knocks and you can't get psyched, you're just not a person. You're not a human being. Hard Knock. Listen, if you don't like NFL because you don't like all the snapping, you don't like all the things like that, you could just literally watch Hard Knocks every year and then watch the Red Zone, and then that could be, and then you don't even have to watch the playoffs if you don't want. You'll want to, because playoffs football is awesome. I mean, you could just be that. Just that's the football you intake is Hard Knocks and Red Zone.
And you'd have a fun time.
It's weird. They're doing an in-season Red Zone again too. That was the thing at the end. They're doing the Cardinals, which is weird.
Interesting, because
I love Hard Knocks, Taryn. I didn't watch a second of the Colts Hard Knocks in season last year. I didn't want to. I was like, the season started. I don't care. But I kind of want to watch the Cardinals one.
Well, especially with all the Kyler shit.
Yeah, I think it's smart to do it again. And I just think that Carson Wentz is so unlikable.
Yeah.
That people are like, I don't want to watch that dickhead. I think that was a big part of it. And I think that the Cardinals are going to be people are going to be a little more excited about it.
Right.
You got any sports stuff?
I do. Fernando Tatis Jr., he got an 80-game suspension for PEDs.
Performance enhancing drugs.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And he said that the reason he got it is because he took medication for ringworm. And I just think it's funny when they make up funny stories on why. But he did it, but he also isn't he's not going to appeal it or anything. He's just taking his suspension. So I'm like,
so funny.
If you really did have ringworm and took it, don't you think you would try to fight it? But then I started thinking about it, because he is only 23 years old. And
sure.
I just hate when these young kids make these mistakes, because it taints your career. I think about how Ryan Braun was the dude. He was awesome. Everyone loved him. And then he got in trouble with PEDs, and it was just kind of like, well, whatever.
Yeah,
Ryan Braun.
Was good, but he was good because of his PEDs. That's the point.
Well, do you think Tatis, he's so young that...
Yes, they matter. PEDs matter. I don't know which one he got caught for, but Braun was caught for human growth hormone or something. It was
his
steroids.
Was a anabolic steroid.
Yes, those matter. That's why the guys take them. They wouldn't take them if they didn't matter.
No, so it just sucks because, he had talent to have a strong career without it, but man, they just want to be the best, and
he's gonna have a long career anyway. He's gonna keep
he'll have a long career, but I wonder if it'll be like the A-Rod, Braun. I'm trying to think of other people that while they were playing.
I mean, the problem with Braun is after that he stunk.
Yeah, because he no longer had his
PEDs. Where A-Rod, was kind of awesome. A-Rod was legitimately an amazing baseball player.
Yeah.
And Tatis is too. Not that Braun wasn't a great baseball player. It's just, but once his he got a little older and he started to break down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. he's super young, so he's going to play for another 10 plus years at this
Right.
point. Baseball players they played like 40. So he'll
Mm-hmm.
play for another probably like 15 years at least. And people will forget about it. And no one will give a shit. And at that point, who knows how people are going to feel about steroid shit. The steroid
Right.
guys might be in the Hall of Fame by then, Right now they're not. But as older people start not having votes because they're dying and shit like that, or they just stop getting to vote, younger and younger voters that don't even remember the steroid era are going to vote. Oh, look, these numbers. These guys deserve to be in. And then they'll be, in the Hall of Fame. And then people are going to stop caring about steroid shit. More than likely. That's my prediction. Is it will end up not mattering in the future. And guess what? It made Fernando Tatis Jr. a bunch of money. So what does he give a shit? He's rich now. He's like one of the highest contracts.
Well, it totally like screws over the Padres with like their win now, like trading for
Santos.
everyone. Yep, Santos, and then like he's basically on a year contract.
Right.
And then
3 years, 4 years or something. Is his contract. It was like 3 years left after this year or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So he's not even close to being done there unless he starts being, but I don't think he's going to do it. I think he wants to play with those guys. Yeah. Cause Tatis 80 games left, right? 80. He was suspended for 80 games. Yeah. He was just coming
the rest
back
of this. Yeah.
He was just coming back from injury and wasn't playing anyway. And now he's suspended. So,
that's fucking ringworm.
Ringworm will do that to you. I don't even know what ringworm is. Tara, I don't even know what ringworm is. I remember someone had it once that I knew.
I think like you.
I'm not going to say their name, but I remember when they said it.
I think you have like little rings around your, like, where the worms are, maybe.
Sure, but what is it?
It's like a parasite.
What's it doing to you though? Does it hurt you, or is it just gross? Could they take over your body? Like,
yeah, you might turn into a predator.
Wrong. I think that was the wrong.
I just tried
reference.
To link
Alien.
it to
I was saying Alien, which would have worked, and then we could easily gotten to Predator from that. But
I've never seen Alien, so I don't know.
Alien would have made more sense because the fucking blood like explodes out of a dude's chest in the movie. Mm-hmm. So, which is awesome. You'll watch that maybe at some point. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. So ringworm. Tara wanted to talk ringworm and steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Fernando Tatis Jr. His dad was an okay baseball player. And he hit like 2 grand slams in 1 inning once.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the same inning he hit 2 grand slams. Yeah.
Is he like the only person to ever do that? Because I feel like that's not really a
thing. The only player to ever do that. So that happened. Yeah, he was like, it was back. He was probably on steroids himself. Actually, he had a big explosion that year of like home runs. It was back. He played with McGuire. Oh. It was when McGuire was like really hitting a lot of Mark McGuire was hitting a lot of home runs. And like it was like McGuire, he was actually ahead of McGuire in home runs for a second.
Oh, really?
You gotta stop touching that tee. It just shakes so much and makes a lot of noise.
My knee touches it and it moves.
I know, you gotta.
I'm not meaning to.
Yeah, it just moves a lot and makes
fidgety.
A lot of noise. I'm trying not to, because my table makes a lot of squeaky noises too, and I try not to touch it. I heard it a lot last week in last week's podcast. Sorry, guys, about the squeaky table sitch. We have squeaky tables. You might be able to hear that airplane right now. Can you hear the airplane, Tara?
No.
It's allowed. We don't have soundproof rooms. Leave us alone.
Don't you think most tables are squeaky?
No.
Really?
Yeah. Not like this, where it's like, listen to that.
Now I hear it.
Yeah. It's a lot of shit.
Don't you I feel like most of the time when you go to a restaurant, there's always something going on with the table.
Restaurant tables, sure. Restaurant tables for sure. No doubt.
Yeah.
So, well, you know what, Tara? That's a good start at sports. We can come back to sports. Shit, sure. Did you watch the thing? You were supposed to watch something. I forgot. Did you watch the thing, Dave? Extreme Ironing?
You didn't send it to me.
I I said
And
just
I
Google
asked you
extreme irony.
yesterday if
I
I
know. I
had
said
other things.
I know. I told you that. I just said I forgot to say that. But did you watch
Okay,
Extreme Irony? I'm hearing you didn't.
no, I'll do it
So,
next week. I'll do it next week.
well, you can do it today if you want. While we talk at one, we can do like a quick, like you just watch it and we talk about it quick. Maybe we'll do it right before email time.
Okay.
We didn't get an email from Dave, so we don't have to. Oh no, we did. We got another email from Dave, didn't we? Yeah, we did. A short one. We got a couple emails. One from
cool.
Dave. One from Dave. One of our. I don't know. He's like top 3.
He's definitely
emailer.
top.
Top 3 emailer. He's in the mix.
He's a top fan.
Top fan. I'm gonna call him top fan and piss off all the other fans. Top fan, Dave Moore. I know that obviously a few other people listen to everything in our email and are fun about it. But it's funny. Well, so there's one from him and one from someone else that you don't know. Email us. That is interesting. We'll talk about that later. A new listener, I think. I don't know how long they've been listening.
Sweet.
So Tara, let's fucking do it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about Predator, my second favorite movie of all time. For years I claimed it was my favorite movie. It still may be. I forgot to watch it I was gonna have Miranda watch it, but we got caught up watching Sopranos yesterday. We watched like 3 or 4.
Of course you did. Gabagool.
Gabagool. So let's talk Predator.
We'll talk
it. Predator, meatiest movie ever. We're not the first people ever talk about Predator that love Predator. Sunny in Philadelphia did a really funny episode about how much they love Predator, and I agree with them. There's actually
I'll have to watch it.
I saw this thing yesterday that there's actually some Predator references that I didn't notice in Stranger Things, because a lot of the references are from like 80s stuff.
Ooh.
And I saw, I'm like, oh yeah, that is a Predator thing. That's cool. Let's talk about Predator, Terry. You watched Predator.
I did.
Let's hear what you. Oh wait, hold on. Predator, guys. For those of you who don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers. They are in the jungle fighting a predator, an alien, basically. So,
yeah.
Tara, what did you think of Predator?
I liked it a lot because it just was a fun time. Mm-hmm. There was like stuff that made me laugh, times where I was like scared and like covering my ears because I was like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So it really took me through a lot of emotions. Plus it had like typical 80s things where like the score in the beginning really got you excited about what was about to happen. Mm-hmm. And it just was like a crazy action movie that I really enjoyed. Arnold is just like not a good actor, but he's so good. Mm-hmm. Like, does that make sense? Like, there's times.
Everyone knows what you mean. Anyone who likes Arnold Schwarzenegger shit knows that he is dog shit actor, but somehow it works. Like it's like, what is this line delivery? But it's so works. Like, you just buy it. You buy it.
Yeah, like there was like I loved a lot of his like one-liners.
Yeah.
But like right when it first started and he sees Dylan, which is Carl Weathers, who when I saw him I went, Chubbs is in this because he will always be
You're right. You're correct.
He will always be Chubbs. And like I know most people probably know him as Apollo Creed, but to me he is Chubbs. So when he first saw Chubbs and he was like, he said Dylan, but he was just like Dylan.
Dylan. You couldn't read you couldn't really read how he felt about seeing him, which made the scene work though, because you're like, what's going to happen here?
And then they go up and they like do the arm thing where they like clench,
arm flex, and they show how giant they are, how much they would be suspended from baseball,
right? I mean, this movie could really just be called Beefy Boys of the Jungle. Like, because...
Oh, shit. I'd watch Beefy Boys in the Jungle.
Yeah, because they were all just beefs. But then, like, just... Some of his, like, I wrote down a couple that made me laugh because there's just so much comedy in
Oh
his
yeah,
movies. He
it's
like threw a
awesome.
knife at someone and he stuck into the wall and he said, "Stick around." like, like,
It's a good line.
it
It's a
was
great line.
so good. And then when he finally saw the predator and
Yeah.
he's like, "You're one ugly motherfucker." I'm just like,
Oh, when he took the mask off
yeah, when he
and
took
you
the
actually see
mask
his
off,
actual, you didn't know, like, oh, that's his actual face, and it's
which
disgusting.
is so disgusting and disturbing.
Yeah.
Like when he laughs at the end, like, and it's so scary.
Oh, it's awesome.
um, so yeah, I just feel like the second they got to the jungle, things just got crazier and crazier.
Instantly escalated, right?
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
the first thing they do is they see skinned soldiers hanging from a tree.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
what?
Yeah.
And then I feel like the deaths just like gradually got crazier and crazier.
Oh, for sure. It was it's awesome. It's awesome. Terry, here's what I'm learning. Chicks don't know this about themselves, but they fucking dig action movies.
Yeah.
When I show you a cool action movie from the 80s, especially from the 80s and early 90s, when I show you a cool action movie from the 80s, the girls I've dated, Miranda, girls in the past, they always end up I really love this movie, but the ones they end up liking the most are the fucking cool action movies. They're like, these are so fun. And the dudes are always beefy and stuff like that, so that probably helps. But like I knew you were gonna like this movie. I couldn't believe
Yeah.
I'd never seen it.
Well, the like when they go to the camp where um Arnold finds out that Chubbs was using him,
Yeah.
and like when they first go in and then they just start like shooting and stuff, and that whole scene is just crazy. It's explosion and people flying and machine
Yeah.
gunning people like a fire gun, which was insane.
Yeah. 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 Jesse the Body Ventura and
Jesse the Body
his crazy
Ventura.
gun. His like
Yeah,
weird
it's
like
just like
I don't even know what that gun's
shot
called.
flames or something.
No. Well maybe it did.
Yeah.
That's not the one I'm talking about. Jesse the Bodies was the one that just rotated really fast. Like the rotating gun.
It looked like flames to me, but whatever.
What? It was just bullets.
But then there would be flames. It
I don't
looked
think
like
that was
flames.
his gun, was it? I think that was a
I think
different
it
guy's.
was.
That was a different guy. His was the one that rotate was like it was almost like a I don't even know what those are called. A machine gun, a giant machine gun that was
Yeah.
supposed to be It's supposed to be like mounted on a vehicle, and he's just carrying it. It's insane, and he's just like, I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah. Let's do this real quick. Let's do this real quick. We'll go to the Predator part in a second, but I would like
Okay.
you to rank the other guys from your like least favorite to favorite, or favorite. Like, give me like your top 5 dudes in the movie. There's a more than 5, but give me
My
some
least
rankings.
favorite was Chubbs because he was such a dick and like
Oh yeah, Chubbs Chubbs sucks.
He sucks so much because he's sitting there and basically calling Arnold and all of his friends expendable, and he put them in harm's way, and he's like, I had to do what I had to do. I woke up. And it's like, Chubbs, go play some golf.
Dude, how intense is Chubbs' death scene though?
Oh my god, when he like lasers off one arm and he has 2 machine guns and he lasers off one arm, and then the arm that falls off is still shooting.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a better action movie. I don't know that there is.
Well, the Predator was such a creep, and he like knew how he wanted to kill people, like when he was heating up his talent, like his metal thing, and like he knew he wanted to like really make the person hurt.
So Chubbs is your least favorite.
Chubbs
all right,
is my
then
least
let's
favorite.
go to who's your least who's your favorite?
Arnold.
Arnold's your favorite. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's cool. Arnold is awesome in it. I can't lie. He's so cool in it.
And then I would say I really like my second favorite is Mac.
Yeah.
The guy that like shaved his face all the time.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Like
And
that was like his character's thing. He like would just sit and shave his
and
face.
he was like loved his buddy.
He loved
He
him.
loved Jesse the body.
He loved Jesse the body. Um and then I would say Jesse the body's probably my next one just because
He's
he
pretty
was
cool.
such an and he like puts a huge thing of dip in and it
Yeah.
says that's like what did he call it? Sexual this is what makes you a sexual tyrannosaurus.
This is what makes me a sexual tyrannosaurus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it'll make you I don't know if he says about himself or he said it'll make him one.
It'll make you.
It'll make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. That was pretty
Yes. It was good.
Yeah, it's awesome. If you haven't seen it, guys, watch it, by the way. You gotta watch it. Well, and then what? Well, there's a couple other guys. What I actually really I can't think of his name in the movie. The Native American dude,
Billy.
Billy. Yeah, Billy's fucking awesome. What are you talking about?
Billy was my next.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. You like Jesse more than Billy? You think? Yeah, you might. God, I would have a hard time picking.
Yeah.
I'd have a hard time picking. Billy's so rad.
Yeah.
And he's just
it's just like he knew, he was like, I know we're all gonna die, so I'm just gonna go get it over with.
Yeah.
And like cuts himself so we can see him. And, oh my God.
They have a new one that came out called Prey.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like back during like, I want to say like colonial times, like, because there's a part where like some French settlers there. But it's more about the indigenous people.
Yeah. And
it's fun. And they're following this woman around who's running around, and it's pretty fun and awesome. But if it would just have been like, if they just would have like made it so Billy time traveled and he was just the guy running around and just being really intense and just like waiting with a knife for him, I would watch that movie.
Yeah, that would be a fun one.
That'd be a lot of fun. And then what about, there's two other dudes.
Yeah.
There's the nondescript dude kind of, and then the guy that tells all the pussy jokes.
I know. It was like, and it's always his wife who has a large vagina.
Hold on a second. I think I'm right. Hold on a second. I think that he is the director.
He's not. He was one of the writers.
Oh, he's the writer.
He was one of the writers, and
that's what it was.
And they wanted him to die first so he could help with the script.
That's so funny. So he's one of the writers. Okay, I knew he was like something. So he was writing those fucking bits himself.
Yeah,
which is so fucking funny. And then there's the last dude who's almost like he's like
Poncho.
Just kind of he's cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually really kind of like jacked.
Yeah,
but he doesn't do a ton. He doesn't like. He's like kind of almost nondescript compared to all the other guys.
Right. Like he didn't have like his. Well, the thing he could do was he could translate. But
yeah.
But there really wasn't like a.
Yeah, he didn't have
wild thing that he did where he shaved his face.
He was like kind of the only normal dude. Other than Arnold was normal, he just was Arnold. You know, he didn't have like a weird shtick other than being Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the badass that comes in with his sunglasses and cigar.
Okay, so like I said, we basically have talked about half of the movie.
Yeah.
At this point, now we're gonna jump to part 2, which is Predator showing up. Like he kills everybody in the gang except for Arnold, and then there's just Arnold versus the Predator for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? Well, I mean, I guess the second half of the movie is basically when the Predator starts attacking all of them. So that from then on, but then and then you get to the Arnold part. Unless you want to talk about something else before that, but.
Well, this is what I would like to say about the Predator first.
Yeah.
Like when he was invisible-ish, like that was like so creepy.
When he was camouflaged.
Like, you're like, where the hell is he? When is he gonna attack? And like with Jesse the body, he like basically punched through his body and killed him.
Right. Well, he shot something through him. Blew his chest out.
Yeah. Well, then when you saw like his face,
it
was like, oh my gosh, this is so creepy and I don't like it. Please put your mask back on. Like, you're a creep. But when he was like just in his predator suit,
Yeah.
he reminded me so much of a villain from the Power Rangers. I was just like, what is this?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, it probably was a similar like bodysuit that they used
yeah.
for like that, like some sort of like rubber bodysuit to make
And I
him look
was
like
just
that.
like, I couldn't stop thinking, like, this is like almost comical to me when I see him in just his predator suit, because I could see like the Power Rangers coming, or that lady up in the whatever, wherever she was looking down, being like, do
Yeah,
this.
I think she
And
was
then
on the. She might have. I think she was on the moon.
yeah, on the moon. And then all of a sudden she creates the predator who then goes after the Power
You're almost
Rangers.
expecting for it to get gigantic at one point and
Yeah.
grow,
Yeah.
make her monster grow.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
so
yeah,
that
for
was like
sure.
my feeling on like the three forms of the predator. And also like when he got shot and like you see him like trying to get the bullet out of his leg, that part made me laugh too. I
Oh,
was like,
the part where he was like doing surgery on
yeah.
himself with all his like tools that he had on him. I always loved that part. It was cool. I
I
was like,
liked
this
it
is
too, but it made me laugh. I'm like, this is so silly, but like so fun.
yeah. Well, I think that when it really kicks in and the movie gets super intense is like when Arnold falls in the water, jumps in the water,
Mm-hmm.
and then he like thinks he got away, and then all of a sudden he splashes in the water behind him. That scene, that's like the
That
crate.
was
That's like
so scary.
that scene is when I was a kid, like this is so terrifying and
Yeah.
awesome all at the same time. And then he's covered in the mud and he realizes he can only see like um uh
Like heat.
heat vision. He has heat vision, which is fun to see. I like that when they go to
Mm-hmm.
his view and you get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
The first time you see it, when they after they destroy the camp, and
Yeah.
he's all of a sudden he walks in on the camp and like picks up the scorpion and watches it's like it die
Yeah.
basically, like the heat go out of it, and you're like, what the fuck is this? Um, so yeah, that's pretty. And then Arnold fights him like
I like when
basic.
Arnold goes, he can't see me.
You can't see me.
But like when he was setting up like kind of the booby traps or whatever,
Yeah,
that was like, oh gosh, what's Arnold about to do? And then
it
he
was
just
really.
like waited for him to come, and it was
Mom
like,
would have
oh,
hated that part. It would have made her think of fucking
uh,
uh
Home Alone.
Home Alone. He
Yeah.
basically Home Alone. Basically, Home Alone is Predator in a house.
Yeah. When he, and then it like showed just how beefy he was, because like he
Oh,
was
he's
like pulling down uh, the pulling the tree up, the stump that was gonna
yeah.
crush him.
The one that was gonna crush him.
Yeah.
It's a dope movie.
I liked
Uh,
it. It was a
it's
fun
very
time.
cool. It's if you haven't seen it, get out and watch it. The other ones. Most of the other ones aren't very good.
Mm-hmm.
The first you can watch them if you want, but the first one is like a legitimate cool movie.
The
Like,
guy that directed it also directed Die Hard, so
oh,
he knows how to make a an action movie. And one last thing, and then we can move on if you want. But I just decided, like, I Googled Predator and I found an article, and it was like 11 wild facts that you didn't know about Predator. And I started reading,
I bet I know a lot of them.
and I didn't write down all of them because, like, I can probably remember them all. But some of them I'm like, what? Like, one of them was Arnold, uh, Arnold Schwarzenegger lifted a lot of iron during the
He lifted a
production.
lot of iron.
Yeah, he pumped.
That's all.
He pumped a
Oh,
lot of iron. Sorry.
yeah, no
He pumped.
shit. They all were probably off
Yeah,
screen, just cranking out dumbbell
exactly.
curls right before they went on. They're all
And I'm like, oh,
monsters.
that's a wild thing. And then one of the other ones down a little ways on the list was um, Carl Weathers had secret morning workouts that he did.
That's not a. That's
I
why were
know.
they What was so secret about
I
him?
was like, what are you talking
Was he
about?
doing yoga or something and didn't tell anybody about it?
No.
You don't want him to know he's doing yoga?
Another one was like the weather was really hot and they were sweating a bunch. I'm like, they were in the jungle. Like,
Those are not like unknown. Those are just like, hey, this was all obvious. Would you like to know
yeah,
some things that like are obvious when you think about it?
right.
Like, oh yeah, duh, of course that's how it was. You're not watching it
Another
going like, you're not going about it watching it going like, man, I bet they were hot that day.
right.
But when they
Or like,
say like, of
oh,
course,
how did they get them to look so sweaty?
how did they get
They
so
were
sweaty?
actually sweating because they were in the jungle.
Why were they so jacked the whole movie?
Right.
Oh, because they were fucking dudes that lift weights. You don't get that huge without just always lifting weights.
I
It's the same
know.
on the set of 300. They, as the Notorious, like they were literally off screen before they'd film and just be like cranking like bicep curls,
Exactly. Getting that pump on.
getting that pump on.
Another one was they had to deal with a lot of bugs.
Shut the fuck up.
In the jungle.
Fucking idiots. Well, okay, so maybe this list is different than I didn't know any of these things, to be quite honest, Tara. Thank you. I thought it was
got
gonna
a
be
couple.
more like,
I do
go
have a
ahead.
couple more.
Give them all to me.
The Predator suit was hard to act in.
You mean the hard rubber when they couldn't do it? I saw. It's funny you say that because I saw a hilarious TikTok the other day, yesterday, where it was Michael Keaton as Batman, and the suit was so stiff that it was showing him like having to like look at stuff, and his whole body would like lean back to look up. It was fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh my god, they definitely fixed that in the future, but it was hard to act in. Duh.
Let's see. And the last one that I wrote down was, I should have just wrote them all down. The last one I wrote down was two future governors were in the movie.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh wait,
That's
and
not
then
really.
there's another one too.
Yeah.
They had to stop production so Arnold could get married.
Oh,
So
that I didn't know.
That was good.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That is a really funny one. I wonder. Is it the person he's married to now? What's her name?
Yeah, Maria.
Are they still married? I think they're still married. Maybe not. I think recently. I think actually they aren't now.
I don't think they are.
But at first, I was like, how are they even married? Like, they're so different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's funny. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, during your research, did you come across? So as big and powerful as he's just such a big dude, the Predator. Did you come across that the Predator was originally Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I did. That was one of them.
And they filmed a bunch of it.
Oh, they did.
They filmed with him as the Predator, and they just didn't think it worked, and so they scrapped it and changed it.
Oh wow!
Like that was gonna be like the whole thing. It was like Schwarzenegger and Van Damme are in this movie, and it was like a totally different Predator thing going on.
Mm-mm.
Like that was gonna be the thing about it. And like, this is stupid, and they scrapped it. So Van Damme was originally the Predator, and it wasn't gonna be the same. I'm so happy they did, because what they did is awesome.
It was so good.
Predator, Tara. Let's hear it. Let's rate this bad boy. I'm happy you liked it.
I did 5 out of 6 sexual Tyrannosauruses.
I'd like you to say that again, because it cut out completely. What was it?
5
What
out of
did you rank
6. 5 out of 6 sexual Tyrannosauruses.
Where'd you come up with 6? You
I
couldn't
don't
give it 5 out of
know.
5? You couldn't give it 5 out of 5?
No.
Sexual Tyrannosauruses, or 6 out of 6?
No.
All right. I don't mind the sexual Tyrannosauruses, though. That was good. I thought it might be like bicep curls, or just like chest
abs. 5 out of 6 abs.
I think no. You went with is correct. What you went with was correct. Absolutely. The Sunny in Philadelphia episode's really funny.
I gotta watch it.
They argue about it being like it's so funny. They talk about it the whole movie, and they're trying to argue that it's like the most meat per like minute movie ever, because of the amount of beefcakes in it, and obviously Obviously, Mac's getting pretty excited about all of it.
I love it.
So, yeah, that was Predator. I'm glad you watched it.
I'm too. I really enjoyed it.
We're already 45 minutes in.
I think it's definitely one of my faves.
Nice. I'm glad you watched it. I think you had more fun with it than Scarface. It moves really good. Predator moves fast, and it's not super long. It's probably was it almost 2 hours, though?
It was like, 1:45, I think.
Let me look here real quick. What else you got for me this week, Tara? Did you come across any good stories?
I think.
By the way, Predator came out in 1987.
Mm-hmm.
I probably saw it in 1990 when I was like 6 years old and thought it was the rad. I was definitely watching it way before I should have, and I loved it.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. It doesn't say how long it is here. Oh, there it is. It is hour 47. Yeah. So, what did you come across? I'm sorry.
So I thought something that's like really hitting the viral video world is, and you actually sent it to me. It's when Justin Sylvester like pushes Jenna Bush on the Today Show.
Yeah.
It just
I didn't know that was I didn't know that was the Today Show.
Yeah.
That's like I thought there's just some like local thing. That was like a big that's like those are famous people?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just thought that was just some random like local
it's Jenna
thing.
Bush, so it's George Bush's daughter. George
I didn't know
Bush.
I had no idea who those people were.
Oh. And then I didn't know who he was, but I think he was in I don't know who he is.
They look like they were the hosts of the show.
They do host. Well, he was guest hosting, I think.
Okay.
But it was so. If you haven't seen it, they're doing like a cooking demonstration on the Today Show, and the guy Justin Sylvester, he kind of like doesn't want her to touch him because she's like really close to him and kind of like shrugs her off. And then she gets close to him and he pushes her away, like with his hand. And it just seems so awkward.
So, do you know what happened, Tara? I didn't see it was sound. But what they're saying is like someone said something about brown sugar, and then she like tapped gave him like a little tap, like brown sugar, like he was the brown sugar. They're claiming, and it pissed him off. So he's like, "Get the fuck away from me."
Well,
it wasn't just that she was close; it was that she did something that he took as like fucked up.
I don't remember hearing that. I thought they were talking. Yeah. So I don't
know. That's just what I've heard. I haven't heard it with sound, but that's what I read. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Let me watch it real quick. Hold on. We can always edit this out.
Yeah.
Who is it?
It's Justin Sylvester and Jenna Bush. And
Let me watch it real quick. I don't even know who that dude is.
I don't either.
Give me the clip. Give me the clip. Give me the clip. Here we go. Jenna Sylvester. No, Jenna Bush.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Sylvester. See, I don't watch any of this shit, so I don't know who these fucking people are.
I just knew who she was because it's George Bush's daughter, but
I didn't even notice that's who it was. Come on. These fucking ad bullshit. It's such bullshit, guys. The internet is so much worse than it was. I mean, it's better technically speed-wise, and you can do a lot of things on it. But man, they do some dumb shit to it, and they really fuck it up.
I know.
They ruin everything. They make you love it, and then they fuck it up because they want to make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. We're never going to make a bunch of money, so you're not going to have to worry about us fucking this up. Here we go. Let me watch it here. Yeah, he says something about brownage all over, but she's not reacting to it. So I don't know what the fuck people are talking about.
Yeah, I don't think
guys. I just think he was just like, get away from me.
Yeah, but he was saying, "Oh gosh, no, like we were flirting," like, And I was like, that didn't look like flirting. But
No,
then
maybe the first part, but when he like pushes her away.
but
Wait, go
there
ahead.
is an extended version where it continues and she just moves closer and he kind of just keeps pushing at her. So it they could have been weirdly like being flirtatious with each other, but
Yeah, I guess I don't really know their relationship either.
right.
Like if
That's
they
how
host
I
all the
feel
time and they're
too.
friends, he just didn't look comfortable with it.
Right, cuz he kind of just like shrug off, which felt weird.
She keeps putting her hand on him after that.
Mhm.
And now she's like, and yeah, okay. And now they're smirking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
I feel like when I saw the longer part about it, I felt like maybe he because when I first read it and saw what he said, I'm like, that didn't feel that way. But then I found a longer clip, and I'm like, oh,
I think
maybe,
you're right, man. That's the problem with these fucking the internet and TikTok. They take everything out of context
yeah,
and they shorten it up and it can look awful. They do it all the time with like a bunch of like Stranger things and like, oh,
mm,
look at this. They like love each other. And then it's just like, and then he's mad at him. It's just like, shut up. That's not what's happening. You can
yeah.
show any facial expression and cut it together any way you want. And it's just like, stop it.
I know.
Stop
So,
it.
like, I was just kind of like, when you sent it to me, I was like, oh my God, that's awkward, but thought about nothing of it again. And then I saw that, like, people were outraged that, like, he was pushing her and putting her hands on her and, like, consent on being touched and all this. And I'm like, whoa, did I miss something? So then I was like, I want to watch. And then I saw what he said that they were like being flirtatious and like he loves her and like thinks she's wonderful. And then I watched the full clip and I'm like, okay, yeah, I feel like I get that. I get that they were just kind of being goofy together. But it
Right.
was still awkward, but like, and maybe don't do that on live TV when, but in general, like, why are people so outraged about everything?
Because Tara, they got nothing. I mean, they should just be more outraged about their own lives, and that's what they should be worried about, like making their own lives better.
Yeah.
And trying to like
Make
you
other
can be mad
people
about things in your
nice.
own life, like
Sure.
and like this is fucked up, and I want to fix it. But they're right. Everyone's so mad about things that don't affect them, even in the tiniest bit.
And then it ends up affecting them just because it stresses them out. And then they're
Right,
like negative and having a bad go at it.
Tara.
Yeah,
First of all, I'm not drinking a Truly this week. They don't love us,
they don't.
so
I have one and
I see that,
I'll get it off
but
screen.
I decided that no, I might as well go. If I'm gonna not be sponsored by someone, I'm gonna not be sponsored by the thing I love most in this world, and that's Pepsi Zero Sugar. Hey, we aren't sponsored by you, but we do love you.
Mm-hmm.
Pepsi Zero Sugar. Tara, I don't know if you know this. So Pepsi Zero Sugar used to be called Pepsi Max. It was originally
Yes.
called Pepsi Max. For some reason, people are dumbasses and couldn't figure out that means it's dope and awesome.
Yeah.
They didn't know it was like a sugar-free drink. They didn't know it was like a diet drink, I guess they're claiming.
They
So
thought there was
changed it.
max amount of sugar in it.
Right. They thought it was max sugar, but really it's just max ginseng. They put ginseng in it,
Yes.
which gives it a little extra pop-a-roo. The cherry one doesn't have the ginseng in it, just so you know.
Oh.
Anyway, it was Pepsi Max for years. Became Pepsi Zero Sugar a couple years ago, but they still kept a little Max on the can. It said Max, like right above the Pepsi, right next to it, or right below it. It was one of the two. They took that off now too, so it doesn't have any like callback to its glory days of being Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
So let me try this. Hey, Pepsi Zero Sugar used to be Pepsi Max, still is the Maxinist.
No.
I'm a Maxinista, baby.
Yes.
I think that Pepsi Max should be able to take that line from TJ Maxx and call it, and you be able to, I'm a Maxinista because you love Pepsi Max, but they don't call it Pepsi Max anymore. Bless you.
Thank you.
Tara, do you have any top threes for the week?
Well,
Because I feel like we haven't been doing enough top threes.
I did. I went to a group fitness boot camp today
Sweet.
for the first time in 2.5 years.
Cool.
I nailed it. Thought it was great. So it got me thinking,
Yeah.
what are your top 3 either favorite workouts or
This is not fun. This is not fun.
least favorite workouts? Why?
Top 3 favorite works or top 3 least favorite. There's no such thing as a favorite workout. Workouts fucking suck.
Okay, least
And
favorite.
I'm not gonna count like playing basketball as a favorite workout. That's a sport. I know it is. It is a workout to do. But no, workouts aren't fun. I don't like any of them.
Okay, well then
I just
we won't do it.
I know. I'm saying that. I'm saying none of them I like. No top 3 favorites. They're dog shit. That's what I'm saying. That's my top 3 favorite workouts. None of them. They suck. Least favorite? I don't know. They all suck. I hate them all. I don't like running. Running fucking sucks. It's the worst. That's my number 1 least favorite workout. Just to run to work out. I will do it. Never wrong like most I'll run is like 3 miles when I run. Right now I'm not very good at it because like I get such bad calf. I get shin splints and bad calf. I know, and it's like not even a lung department things. It's my legs get so sore and so fast, and my feet hurt. I'm just a big dude to be running. Yeah. I used to run a lot. I used to run a lot more. I can run on a treadmill pretty good, but running out in the world hurts my body too much. I got too much mass. I'm like as massy as the guys from Predator. I got Predator mass.
I got Predator mass.
So I don't like running. Number 2. So I'm going in reverse order, I guess. Normally we do it the other way. My number 2 will be, I don't like, pull-ups because I can't do them. I can't, my brain, even when I was in pretty awesome shape I got a picture. I don't know if you saw our poopy video. I was in awesome shape at that point. I was doing awesome workouts. Never could do a pull-up. Can't figure, my brain doesn't even I can do pull downs real good, but a pull-up, I can't figure it. My brain doesn't function. I don't understand. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I can't
That's
figure it out.
That's exactly how I feel. I don't know what muscles are supposed to be popping or how to make them pull me up.
My brain does not comprehend. I can't even start to pull myself up. I can't comprehend it. So I can't even get better at them. I feel like I used to do pull-ups you can do it like an assisted one on a chair. I just felt like my leg did all the work.
Yeah.
I feel like my arms would get tired and sore somehow, but I couldn't figure. I feel like I just flexed them while my leg pushed me up. I don't understand it.
I know.
I can't do a pull-up. I can't figure them out. And my number 3 is probably Tara. I don't know. What do you got? Maybe it'll make me think of something.
Running, hate it. Biking, on a stationary bike, I do it, but I don't like it. It is not comfortable. It seems to be a good workout, but I just...
I don't know if it is.
I don't know.
I don't know if it is.
The bike that you have that's more of a recumbent bike, I feel like that hits your legs crazily.
We don't use it like a recumbent bike though, because the recumbent bike is when you back further.
Right, but it still is different. It hits you differently.
You're actually higher up. You're actually
it really hits your butt.
Mine doesn't.
That you have.
Mine doesn't. It hurts my tailbone though.
Does it work your hamstrings?
Yeah.
Okay, it gets my hamstrings too. But yeah, I don't really like biking. It doesn't feel good. Just sit on the seat. I don't like it. And then my last one is anything lunge related. I hate lunges.
I like lunges.
I hate them.
They call me Larry Lunge.
Okay.
They do. I don't like anything that has to do with I don't like dips. But not dips. Seated what are they called? Crab dip. What are those called? Oh
yeah, crab stuff.
Where you when you're, if you don't know, where you put your arms behind your back and you're on your feet and you do dips, body dips that way. Those are called dips, right?
Yeah.
What are those called? Mm-hmm. I hate it. It hurts my shoulders.
Yes.
I can't. It hurts my shoulders and wrists. I don't bend that way. I hate it. I hate it. And to add that, I hate yoga. Fuck yoga. Yeah. I don't like it. It's slow and it doesn't relax me and it hurts me and I don't like it.
I like yoga in a studio, like a heated studio, but like when I try to do it outside of that, it is not it.
Yeah, I'm not into it. So that's what those are the workouts I don't like. Uh, um,
Sorry for such a shitty top three.
no, top three ones you don't like is the way to go. I just was
Okay.
not going to give you top three I liked, because there's no such. There's no top three I like. What I like doing is just being active. Like I like doing body weight stuff. You know, that's what I prefer to do. If that's what you want to know. Cool. So that's that one. Do you have a grievance for me for the week?
Okay.
And then we'll get to emails.
Yeah. So I'm guilty of like this grievance for sure, but it still is my grievance because I had an instant last week that was terrible. So when you take a dish out of the dish or you think is clean that's been in the dishwasher and then it's still dirty.
Yeah, that's the worst. Well, the
And
dishwasher was run, you
yeah,
mean, after it's run?
yeah. And you're like not expecting it. And most of the time, I would say it's never bothered me before because like if I'm just grabbing a dish and it's dirty, I just put it in the dishwasher and I don't really care. But last week, I had a very traumatizing experience where I poured a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
I ate the bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
And at the end, I was like drinking my milk and I like turned my spoon over and I realized that there was like a flake. Oh, did she just hiss at you?
Yeah. Yeah. Look at this. You're going to be a star today.
Hi,
Look at
Carrot.
her. Look at the camera.
Carrot.
Look at the camera. She's so pissed. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? Miranda's going to see this and be so mad. What are you so mad about? Look at you. Look at all this stuff. Okay, get out of here. Anyway, bowl of cereal.
So I'm finished. Get in your camera.
She was fucking with me, so I figured I'd let her be on camera.
So I'm finishing my bowl of cereal, like getting the last parts of it, and then I'm like, oh, there's a flake, like a corn flake, on the back of my spoon.
No.
So I went to just like lick it off, and it didn't move. It was like, I'm like, oh, why is this like glued on so much? So then I like kind of did it again, and I was like, why does this taste like peanut butter? And then I like go like I take my finger and I scrape it, and then I go like that, and I was like,
why did you do all of that?
And I went,
why did you do all that extra stuff?
And I was sitting across from Dad, and I go, I just ate this entire bowl of cereal with old ass peanut butter on the back of his spoon. Like, what the hell? That's the grossest thing ever.
Disgusting. I don't know that that's a grievance. It's more of a horror story. I don't know what is your grievance that dishwashers don't always clean everything off, I guess?
Yeah.
Tara, I've had weird, that's bad though. Like the whole meal and then you're licking it off and like,
I'm like, that's weird. This isn't peanut butter flavored. So then I was like, what's going on? Peanut butter.
Tara, that's a terrible story.
It was I told you, it was traumatizing.
I'm disgusted. Like, here would be my grievance. That I can go for a grievance with that. I hate. Okay. I'm really. When I do the dishwasher, I usually really check everything really good. You weren't always great at that. I know. I'd run into. You'd almost like feel like you just grab everything and start throwing it in.
Sure.
I feel like I'd run into a fork with like lettuce stuck to it or something like that. Miranda does that too sometimes. She's been better. I think I said something about it once, and I think she's gotten better about it. I haven't run into stuff. But like when people don't keep their eyes open when they're emptying out a dishwasher, drives me nuts.
Well, and that's the thing. I know I'm bad at it, but I know that like I didn't like mom or dad had undone the dishwasher at that time because I hadn't done it for a while, and I was
Of course not.
like, but I was just like, oh my god, now I know why Drew hates it because normally I'll like grab something and see it and I don't care. Not the case for this. I didn't see it.
Makes me
I
sick
didn't
to
know
my stomach.
it was so gross.
It's like one of my worst nightmares. I can't stand that shit. It grosses me out so much. And you just ate it all, Tara. You ate it all. Don't you hate? You know what I hate? I hate when I'm at a fucking restaurant and they bring out a plate that's dirty.
Yeah.
It drives me insane. It's like, why is this plate dirty?
Yeah.
Well, do not hand me a dirty plate. Fucking you're a restaurant. Every plate better be fucking spick and span when it comes out. Look at every plate before you set it on someone's table.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me worried that when they plate my food, it's dirty on dirty plate. I can't see that, but when they bring out like
side plates,
the extra plates, the side plates and shit, there's always something with something on. There's always something on one of them. It drives me fucking insane. It's like, come on. It happened recently. I don't remember where, but I was like, what the fuck? This is gross. Get your garbage out of here.
Yeah, it's especially gross at a restaurant just because.
Tara, top 3.
Okay.
Top 3 restaurant pet peeves. Go.
Oh,
top 3 restauranta pet peeves. That was Italian.
Oh, I liked it.
I just can't. I'll have to come up with 3 myself.
Restaurant pet peeves.
If you want me to go first, I will.
Yeah, just because I don't even know.
Restaurant pet peeves. I will go with number like one of the 3. I'll go with. I'll say it's. I'll order them at the end. One of them is the dirty dish. I cannot handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Grosses me out. Number 2 is brutal service where they don't come. They're just never around. And you're just waiting and waiting. I'm not talking about waiting for my food for a long time. I'm talking about like, I haven't ordered in an hour. What are we doing? Or my check hasn't come, or my drink has been empty forever. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing? And especially when it's not busy, because it happens sometimes when it's busy, it almost never happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's when it's not busy, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, come on. That's 1. That's 2. And then number 1 is it's in the same lines, but I just don't like when it doesn't even really affect me that much because I don't do this, but it happened with Mom the other day where she asked for like the littlest thing. She wanted a piece of bread with their meal, and they didn't do it. They're like, oh, we can't just give you like this piece of bread, and it was almost like you can charge us for a piece of bread. But they weren't willing to just put a bun, because she bread. Like put it was like a bun that we used for our crab cakes, and it's like, we spent over $300 here. You can't put a fucking piece of bread on there when they don't understand that the little things matter. Like it's like such bullshit. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're overpriced on everything here. Everything is so fucking overpriced at this restaurant. I liked it. It was all oversalted though.
Mm-hmm.
Oversalted. Every dish was oversalted in my opinion. Otherwise, it would have been an amazing meal. Otherwise, instead, I'd be like, man, that was fucking salty as shit. It made me feel gross afterwards. But I did like most of the food. But yeah, don't just like little thing. Like when you do make a mistake, like make up for it somewhere else. You know.
Exactly.
Like when I was in New Orleans, they brought out all of our food at the same time. We're like, hey, we just want to order our appetizers now because we don't want to eat yet. But they made us order, like, we like to know all at the same time. So we had to order our appetizers and our meal. And then they came out at the same time. And I was like, and I had to send my meal back. I was like, I'm not eating this now. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, we like to time it out. Like, we'll do it. We time it out for you. Guess what? They didn't time it out for me. We also told me it was like we were celebrating like an anniversary sort of thing because we hadn't done like an anniversary thing yet, or it was coming up. No, nothing. They didn't. No manager came. Like, no one apologized for it. They didn't do anything for us, and I was so fucking frustrating. It's just like, you guys, like, that's a big mistake. Like, it's an appetizer, then the meal. So our meal, I don't know if our meal went back and they just put it under a fucking heat lamp and it came back out. I have no idea.
Right.
I was so annoyed, but it's like, they did nothing. And it's like
Right.
that little things like that. It's like, man, it just takes a little bit like, hey, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Do something about it. And it's at both of these are expensive places. Like they weren't cheap restaurants. So it's like, do the right thing. We're paying a lot of money here. Like, I'm not going to go crazy because I'm not an asshole.
Right.
But I could easily be like, what the fuck? I'm not paying for this and leave. Like,
right. Yeah, and especially since like you worked in the service industry forever and you know how easy it is for you to
I
just
know
like
how easy it is. I know how easy
you're
it
like,
is to
okay,
fucking fix shit.
Yeah. So it's like
The littlest
okay.
shit. It's built in
Yeah.
to fix shit like that. Anyway, I hate it. What's yours?
I think the one where like the waitress just or waiter just doesn't show up is like a one I hate where it's like, okay, like what are you doing? Like I remember one time I was at DMK and one of the our waitress was terrible. It was for a birthday party and I'm like, where the heck is she? Like I ordered something, it didn't come, and like it was just terrible service. And I went to go to the bathroom and I was like waiting forever because it was a single stall. And the waitress came out and she had been on the phone. Like, so like that, I was like, ah, like, no wonder. And like, I am a solid tipper. So I was like, man, I don't think I can solidly tip you. Like I blindly solid tip, even when it's like, you don't deserve this. I like will do it because I'm like, well, I just got to do 20%. But I
Tara.
was like, I cannot.
Tara.
What?
The place we went on Saturday, auto gratuitous granted us for a 4-top. They put an auto 20 on it for a 4-top. They auto did it. That was bull. Like, listen, we were gonna give them 20% anyway, more than likely. But it's like to auto do it, like fuck you. That to me is bullshit. That means that's the cost of a meal now. That's horseshit.
It is.
Start paying your fucking employees.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of the restaurant industry getting a pass on paying people the proper amount of money. It's bullshit.
Well, especially if you're gonna auto grat, so then like it isn't even a suggestion. It's you have to do this. Like what?
Yeah. For 4 people, Tara.
Jeez.
And it wasn't even that big of a. It was like $300 at that restaurant. We didn't do anything crazy, Tara. We all had an entree, 2 appetizers, and we all had 2 drinks.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were doing crazy shit where they're like, "Oh, this is wild. We should probably autograph." So like, she didn't even do it like that good of a job.
Yeah.
She could have fucking got bread. Like we're getting them bread. We're giving her a piece of bread. Fuck off.
And if like she had to charge it, like ring it up as something else if there's nothing in the thing that says bread, or just give it to her for free.
Absolutely, grab it yourself.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Drew, you are getting heated over this grievance.
That's me.
It is you.
What are your other two? My
other two. I don't know. A lot of stuff doesn't bug me that much. It's really just like bad service is what kills it. Oh, cold food. Like if your food comes out cold, it's like,
how is this cold? It came
so.
5 feet.
Yeah.
It came 5 feet. How is this cold?
And it's because they just didn't time it right, which that's fine, but like that sucks. And then
that's not. I'm sorry. That just isn't the customer's fault. Like you're running a restaurant. You got it. I'm sorry. You have to do that. It's like they get a pass. Like why are you getting a pass on this? Like give me my hot food. Like most people at this point don't like just bring out the food separate. Make sure it's warm.
Just make sure it's warm. And then my last one is if they don't have a good dessert menu and it's just like lame. Yeah. It's like, oh, there's flan and only flan. No, thank you.
What is flan about?
Ugh.
Flan is the shittiest shit.
It's so gross.
My top 3 least favorite desserts. Flan, tiramisu. Fuck tiramisu.
What?
And I don't like pineapple, anything pineapple-y in my dessert. Any fruit in my, just keep fruit out of my fucking dessert. Don't fruit my desserts. I know people like fruity desserts. I don't.
I do.
Tara, tiramisu sucks. It's the most coffee-flavored dessert. Get off my dick.
Oh my God.
I hate tiramisu. Miranda tried to order on our anniversary. I said, no, bitch.
No.
So we got a delicious something. Whatever we had was delicious. I don't remember what it was, but it was delicious.
I went out to dinner for Grandma. We had salad bar, a full huge meal, and a dessert, and my whole thing cost $12
for your meal.
For just my meal, $12.
Yeah, but the quality of it was
it was good.
Oh wow,
quality.
It was deep.
That's
rare around there. We've had meals and they suck. So if it was quality,
Like I got some beef.
I'll probably cost me less to drive there and pay $12.
I know.
The gas.
The cake was so good. It was better than sex cake, and it was Drew. I stayed over at Mary and Jeff's, and I woke up a little bit hungover, and on my drive home on those windy ass roads, I was trying to like eat the rest of my better than sex cake.
You didn't finish it at the table? The fuck's your problem?
No, we took it home because we were so full. And then I ate half of it with ice cream, and then I was like, I'm going to have some wine, so I don't need all of this. And then I was like, ooh, I got that cake. So I was like gobbledygooping it, like almost getting in a car accident.
Been there. I do that with something shitty. I've done that with like a Little Caesars pizza.
Oh.
Like, whoa, I'm going to crash on the highway just to get this hot slice of Little Caesars hot and ready. I get it.
God.
I'm an eater. Yeah. I eat food. I've almost crashed because of Little Caesars pizza was hot and ready for my lips.
That's so ridiculous.
All right, Tara. Emails.
Yes.
And then we're out of here.
Yeah.
Because we're at I guess we're an hour, 15 hour and a half pod now.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. We got to talk about start doing it 2 days a week. It's just a lot of work for me to do it twice, but we'll figure it out. All right. Dave sent this.
Our number one fan.
Her number one fan. And he argue with it, guys. Send an email. I don't know. I got a lot of emails from Dave recently. He said, damn, all this time I thought it was a bowl cut. Couldn't understand why. For those that don't know, last week he told us he thought bowl cuts were cool. BULL, and we informed him it's a bowl cut. BOWL, and that's because they would use a bowl basically to cut your hair like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he didn't know why it was called a bowl cut. Now he said, tune into MELLONfights. This is good. Tune into MELLONfights. It's truly educational.
I love it.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Tune into MELLONfights. It's truly educational.
Was that your bozo? Oh, you're crusty. You're crusty.
It was my crusty. It was not my bozo. He thought your Scarface was a solid breakdown. I thought the video I did of just you talking about it, just like the highlights of without me interrupting you like a piece of shit that I am, was really good. I enjoyed it. It was just like
it was
non sequiturs of you.
Mm-hmm. And then there was this, and then there was him. His top 3 smells that are bad. Yeah.
Gasoline. Totally get that.
Yes.
Totally get that. Like when I smell, I keep wanting to sniff my hand. I'm like, where is that? Worms after a fresh rain. That one, I think I have to disagree on. I get it. It is like I could see that being someone's smell, but it always makes me a little. I don't like. It almost smells like a wet doggy sort of thing. I don't like that one. I like fresh rain smell, but I don't love the worm part.
Mm-hmm.
I get it though. I do get it. And then his last one was driving back to Wisconsin, cracking the windows and smelling the cow shit.
I love it.
It smells horrible, but it means his trip's about over.
I love it.
Sad about it. I get
so
that.
Funny.
Too. I get that. This next person, I don't know if they want me to say their last name, but I'll say it and then I'll cut it out. But this is from James John.
Oh, I love
it. It says, hey, Drew and Tara. He actually follows us on both Instagram and TikTok now.
I love it.
As of the last week. So I think he's new to the pod. She saw a post of the pod on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks it's a damn good listen. He likes the way we broke down our top 10 movies. This is good. He thinks we should do a top 3-ish for movie villains.
Ooh.
I do like that. Let's just do a quick one real quick. Top 3 movie villains, Tara. My number 1 will be this is hard, actually.
I know. Shit. I'm like, I have to think.
Actually, you know what, Jimmy? We'll do you justice. We'll write this. We'll think about this one. It's fun to do ones fast, but this one I want to do well.
Yeah.
We're going to do a top 3-ish maybe a top 5 this time, Tara. Top 5.
A top 3 plus.
Top 3 plus.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we feel like.
Yeah.
Top 3 plus whatever we feel like. But his favorite, his top 10 movies. I'll give you real quick. I'll do it real fast. Modern Times, Charlie Chaplin film. I've actually never seen it. I haven't seen any Charlie Chaplin shit, which is weird because I've watched tons of movies and a lot of old movies. But I've never done the Charlie Chaplin. He has Shawshank 9, Raiders of the Lost Ark 8, which is I love Indiana Jones shit. Tara, how about you?
I love it.
See, I'm glad I was gonna has she seen this?
I have.
Tommy Boy number 7.
Love it.
Really fun, really great. I get it. That was like one of my favorite movies growing up. It was right there with Billy Madison for me.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters is number 6.
Oh, that's
Love
a
Ghostbusters.
good one.
This is a good list, Jim. True Lies, number 5. That is honestly a really fun movie. Have you seen True Lies before, Tara?
Yes.
We used to watch, I feel like, a lot as a kid.
Because when they're walking across the street with the bus and he like flicks them off or something,
we would watch that.
We would watch it over and over thinking it was the funniest thing.
That was the funnest thing ever. Return of the Jedi. Tara's only seen the first Star Wars movie, and it's going to stay that way. She had planned to watch at least the original trilogy, and then after she watched the first one, we watched it like right before the new ones, The Force Awakens came out and stuff like that. And someone spoiled it for, I think we talked about it on the pod actually.
We did.
Someone spoiled it for her. She's like, "Fuck it, I'm never watching any of them again," because she liked Star Wars. She thought it was fun, but now she's like, "I've only seen one, and that's good enough for her." Goodfellas, which I think I'm gonna have Tara watch at some point. It's a really good Scorsese. I really like Casino as well. As number 2 is a good one. It's Tombstone.
Ooh,
it's one of our mom's favorite movies.
Movie.
I also love Tombstone.
I
think Tombstone's super cool. And then his number 1 is It's a Wonderful Life, which is a lot of people love that movie. I never was that into it. I'm gonna be honest.
I've never seen it.
It wasn't. You've never seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Mm-mm.
I probably haven't seen it since I was about 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should watch it around closer to the holiday time and break it down together a little bit. Because maybe I just don't realize it. Because we were really into like some of the animated stuff. I feel like we were like the old Miracle on 34th Street when we were kids.
Yep.
Like as far as the old black and white ones went.
Yep.
I don't know that our parents were big Wonderful Life. Maybe they thought the world life isn't that wonderful. And he says he's hoping we're doing both well, and he's gonna keep on listening.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
I want to tell a story once about something to do with Jimmy, but it's not. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna say we had a party once at Jimmy's house, and it was a good time.
Okay.
He'll know what that means.
I love it.
Nothing like illegal.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
It was fun though. It was fun. I keep saying his name. I gotta stop because I gotta cut them all out. Cool. I think we did it, Tara. Let's remember to do that. The top 10 or our top 5 movie, our top 3 movie villains plus for next week.
And then I have to watch Extreme Ironing or whatever.
And you have to watch Extreme Ironing so we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it is silly. Other than that, I don't have a movie for you this week. I know it's fun to have a movie, but I don't want to force you to watch one every week. I've said that. But I will definitely... a lot of times I try to wait for something to freak me out. I know that you're going to have to watch It's a Wonderful Life now. I know that you're going to have to watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Sorry to tell you it's going to happen. But not this week.
Okay.
Cool. So we got that. That'll be fun having our villains list, and maybe we'll come up with a couple more top. Like, hey guys, when you email us, please email us at MELLONfights, MELLON fights @gmail.com. Look how excited we get. We read it and we talk about it and we have fun. I'm looking for your top 3s. I like when you respond to our top 3s. Don't forget our top 3s this week were
workouts.
Top three workouts or top 3 least favorite workouts.
Yeah. Oh,
and then,
least favorite.
And then restaurant pet peeves was another one.
Mm-hmm.
I really like I liked when Britt gave us a Marry Fuck Kill. If you guys want to send a list of Marry Fuck Kills that we can, because those we can crank out real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Like boom, boom, just react to them real fast. Do a bunch at the end if we want. Don't forget Instagram, Andyland Entertainment. Also, that is what we are on TikTok, which people have been watching and kind of enjoying, and it's funny. And they think Tara's a dunce for thinking She's the Man's a good movie. Though someone did say it was great.
I know. Someone said it was much better than Departed.
So, yeah, awesome. Have a Tuesday, Lynn.
Oh, have a Tuesday.
Tara, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. Tara's real name is Lynn.
No, it's not.
She went by Lynn for the longest time and she stopped. She
Lies.
is Lynn. If you see her in the street, Lynn Mellon.
Lynn Mellon. Tara. It's Tara.
Have a Tuesday, Lynn.
Have a Tuesday.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Melon fights. That was so bad.
I think that one was brutal. I think that one was brutal.
It was so bad.